Countdown on the clock, 24/7, never stop round down till I stand down. Got a man down, need a hand now before I sink into the ground. Move into the shadows, losing faith I had in rapping, done with just a chat. People bragging, nothing happened, need a fam, I wish upon a star. Battled with the lands, left with scars, looking for an answer from a guy, never letting pop. Trying to reach out to an answer in the clouds, walking through the valley till the sun comes down. Can somebody hear me? I'm screaming out loud. I'ma keep on going, I ain't never backing down, never. I will keep on, I will be strong. I won't fall down to the thunder building in the clouds. No, I won't back down. I'll battle through the sand clouds. Drink on dry ground, create a storm until I'm in the clouds. Can someone out of hear me? Anyone out of steer me? Speaking to a man up in the sky, I wanna reach out before I'm caught in this tide. Can someone out of hear me? Anyone out of steer me? Speaking to a man up in the sky, I wanna reach out before I'm caught in this tide. If it rains and I pour, flooded towers down with a storm. The pressure is stealing, killing me mentally, physically mad at me, challenging how do I manage? Create my own rep till my last breath. No test can ever worry me. Your best can never half me. Intelligence, negligence, resident. Some of my own till my kingdom come. I ain't backing down. Knock a stone of blood before I give it up. Trying to reach out to an answer in the clouds. Walking through the valley till the sun comes down. Can somebody hear me? I'm screaming out loud. I'ma keep on going. I ain't never backing down. Never. I will keep on. I will be strong. I won't fall down to the thunder building in the cloud. No, I won't back down. I won't climb on dry ground. Create a storm until I'm in the clouds. Can someone out of hear me? Anyone out of steer me? Speaking to a man up in the sky, I wanna reach out before I'm caught in this tide. Can someone out of hear me? Anyone out of steer me? I'm speaking to a man, speaking to a man, speaking to a man in the clouds. I'm speaking to a man, speaking to a man, speaking to a man. Live with the lads, live with the lads, live with the lads, live with the lads, live with the lads. Until I keep on walking,
until I'm running,
until I'm running,
until I've got
no room left to
slow down. Keep on walking,
live
until I'm running,
at the light,
until I've got no room left to slow down.
It's like him in the Bible, the boy that never grew. Chasing off the skirt, only time I put in any work, never any worth, ever any and never any point to a plan that will never end. This is where the story starts. Answers found in the bottom of a glass. Penny spent, no rent, no time. Proud man, work for the day, paid, do it all again. Quick, lend a friend. Like I'm in a rut, can't walk, still I run. Ain't bought, still and run. Future pain enough. Where's the days I can play without a care in the world these days? Now I grew up, got no time for chasing girls. Living on a dream stream, tears run deep, turn oceans from a stream, rivers into rapid pen to the pad, dropping off the back, is left the history back. Now the future's bright, I gotta grab it. Keep on walking,
Till I'm running,
till I'm running,
till I've got
no
room left to slow down.
I keep on walking until I'm walking, until I've got how much? None. These people growing up, going off, getting married, having kids, I'm running off and search out the child part I missed. A wild card up into wild parts, it's an adult little bit I miss. Santa got it on my wish list, looking for the fun bits. A rookie on lash, I'm staying young, I'm never growing old. The chance that I've got is something that I gotta grab and hold. Little bit of fame, but I still got no credit on my phone. Still I'm never calling home, I walk until I run on this gravelly road. Some spinning like the ball that lap bold, like that with whatever's in my path, nothing's ever too big to hold. Seems like I've been walking around blind. Open up my eyes, there's a big change of times that I find. Open up your eyes, looking at me right now, and I know I got you all blind. Live at the
Walking until I'm running,
until I've got no room left to slow down. I keep on walking until I'm running, until I got no room left to slow down. As I move forwards, no chance, so I'ma slow down. I walk till I run till I fly, and I'ma touch the sky, smiling to the top.
keep on walking
till I'm running, till I got no room left to slow down. I keep on walking until I'm running, until I've got no
till I'm walking, until I've got no room left to slow.
I keep on walking until I'm running, until I got no room left to slow down. Love it. That was good.
Cool. So, Tierz, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you for having me.
Can you just give us a little bit of information about yourself?
Yeah, so I am Tierz. I'm from Surrey. I've been known to be performing alongside the likes of Dappy. I came in at number 3 on Charged Top 10 in America. Recently appeared on Channel 4, and I've written a book which got 2 publishing deals, and yeah. Busy. So yeah, solo artist trying to work my way through this minefield of an industry. So.
Yeah, it is a bit of a minefield. And yourself?
My name is Philip Fitzpatrick, and I am a musician and a drinker.
Well, which one comes first?
I tend to have them both at the same time.
Same time.
It's like,
we went through a little bit of a story off camera. Can you tell us the story of it was a show that you guys played at the Forum? I'm sorry, because it was such a good story.
Well, when we first started out, I met Tierz, got on famously, and there was an opportunity to do a sort of collaboration with just me and the guitar to begin with. But the songs kind of just got bigger and bigger, so we put this rock band together with Mike Harley, James Mace, who is a local Tunbridge Wells guy, awesome drummer, also has a band, I forget what they're called.
Cross Paths, which are a fantastic band as well,
Wicked
so whoever's
punk.
watching, please check them out, they're fantastic.
And so after about a year of playing shows or whatever, we ended up at this pretty awesome night at the Tunbridge Wells Forum, which featured a guy called Jay Rister. Stuart Warzel was on the bill with us as well, who's
Kid
awesome.
Bookie was on there as well, who's actually, I think, up for a Mobo this year.
He joined Stuart on that one, didn't he?
No, I think he was more
better.
solo, but yeah, so Kid Bookie was on the bill as well. So shout out to Kid Bookie.
So our set was running at about sort of an hour 20 or so, and I didn't think one bottle of wine would do it, so I bought 2. And left one of them in the green room. And I'd sort of organised a little bit about 2/3 of the way through the set, because we didn't have a lot of time to kind of like make special moments.
No, we didn't have a lot of time for any of this. We had no time.
Yeah. We spent like 3 weeks putting stuff together, and then we just hit the road, and it just evolved as we did it. And a lot of the songs had already been kind of written, but we didn't want to mess around with them too much. So we put in a cover of Rack City so that Mike, our bassist, and James could have a moment of their own where I wasn't wailing on guitar over the top of them.
Nice.
And I decided to use that moment to go get that other bottle of wine.
It weren't
and just walked off the
It
stage.
weren't great though, because I still remember. So after the, obviously, yeah, we all wanted to show off the band, the skills, because everyone's obviously very talented in the band. It was called Hindrance, which means problem. And I remember I was standing on the stage.
It's not about me, that's it.
We thought of this name after this gig. No. So I remember I was there, and obviously I'm, thinking of the lyrics, and you got crowds of people in front of you, and I'm constantly feeding off the energy, as you sort of saw in the performance just now. And I remember looking over, and he's just gone. He's lead guitarist, and he's gone. Yeah. Nice. So I'm looking over to my right, and obviously I see Bear, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at Mace. I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm just thinking, this is horrible. This is the horriblest feeling in the world.
I actually had like a 2 or 3 minute chat with an engineer.
With the engineer, the sound engineer.
Like,
you meant to be up there.
Were you just in the wings, just leaning there, just like...
I literally was.
Wait. Hold on.
I was like, there's not quite enough sweat there, I think. It just needs to...
It was terrible. Yeah. But the thing is, my manager at the time saw him. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, surely he should have said something.
I think he was like, no, yeah, hey man, you sound great. I was like, thanks. Like,
no disrespect to Sam. Like, Sam's fantastic. But yeah, it was I can laugh about it now. Now I'm looking back. But at the time, mate, it was horrible. You're on stage in front of all these people.
He got a great response from the crowd there, because I just walked back with a bottle
up in his hand. such an iconic venue, and you know, you got an opportunity to perform there with, you know, fellow great musicians, performing your own songs. You kind of count on each other to be there, supporting you to go and get
very
the
true.
bottle of wine.
Yeah,
A bit of theatre, darling. I think it added.
It's fucking brilliant. It was funny.
that's good. I love that. So speaking about venues, besides the Forum, because obviously the Forum is a very iconic venue, have you guys got a venue that stands out to you particularly that you've played recently?
So I've been lucky enough to perform places like Shepherd's Bush Empire, Islington O2. Jesus Christ, been quite a lot of places, even up to Scotland, where I headlined a show, and it was a small, intimate little venue. I went there the first time, and then they invited me back, and it was packed out, you know. And I kind of feel every one of those venues is very different, and it has its own own magic, and obviously energy, you know, because even if you are going to, like, for example, Islington, it's associated with the O2. You've had some of the biggest artists in the world there, you know. And when you're backstage, you've seen, like, the walls signed by people like, you know, the artists that you've looked up to that have, you know, been an inspiration. And it's even like that in recording studios as well. I was recently recording at East Coast Studios, where Ellie Goulding had her number one hit. Sorry, recorded it there. And underneath, behind the studio sort of equipment, you're on the sofa and you look up at the shelf, and underneath it's been signed by like Plan B and all these big people. So it's kind of like every venue that I've been fortunate enough to perform in, whether it been with obviously Phil and Hindrance, in the smaller little venues as an open mic, all the way through to Shepherd's Bush Empire, you know, they've all been fantastic. I can't really put my finger on one because I've got such great memories, even meeting people, you know, professional people, and creating a fan base from those smaller places. So to me, they've all been up there, you know, because I feel fortunate enough to be put on the bill, even, you know, Brixton Jam and all these fucking brilliant places. Nice. So I kind of rate them all because I've got such great memories of literally such different stories. Obviously, that being one at Tunbridge Wells Forum. And I've got others that I probably shouldn't mention on here because of...
We're trying to keep it PC, guys.
PC, exactly. So yeah, I mean, fantastic opportunities that I've had, and they've all been, you know, very welcoming. Not had many problems. I do remember one place, and so I was working with P-nology, great artist. We'd done a track together called Survivor. Okay. And so... that's a part of the Lock Stock crew, people that have helped me and I support. You know, they've been a great support system for myself. So Lock Stock put on this gig in Leamington Spa, and I think it was the first time I got to meet Dappy because we were supporting him at a gig. And then afterwards we had a more intimate gig with, you know, the people that put on the show had an after party sort of thing. Okay. So anyway, I turn up to this place, everyone's, you know, getting drunk and etc. And I like to try. I like to stay sober as I can when performing. I don't drink or I don't do drugs anyway, but I never touch alcohol if I'm performing. Okay. Try and keep it 100. You never know who you're going to meet. You know, you don't want to forget lyrics. And,
that is very true.
And, you know, and I kind of try to conduct myself in a correct manner anyway. So I'm at this venue, I'm doing my gig, and I got asked to do a couple more songs. Like, the place was lively. And I remember this one girl, right, and I can't remember, I think she's following me on Twitter. So if you see this, shout out to you, you know who you are. And she ended up getting a little bit lively with me. Okay. And basically, cut a long story short, I was like, I had my girl with me at the time in the venue. So she was getting aggy at me, and I'm like, what? So anyway, she got taken outside. So back to the reason I bought this. No. She got taken outside. But the reason I'm bringing this story up, because we're talking about venues. So this one venue had literally just a glass wall, like as an outside, you know, one of them places. Okay. And it was such a surreal moment. She started licking the window, right? And then she started dry humping it, going, me and you. And so
it's only human.
I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Thank you for the kind gesture.
Whilst you were still on stage.
No, this is just after I've come off, and it got a little. Like I say, she was lively straight on me. Like, I'm like, whoa, okay. You know. Yeah. And anyway, she got taken out, and so that was one crazy experience, and that's what I'm saying. So all of these venues all have, you know, such great interesting, funny sort of memories. I mean, even at O2 Islington, the fire alarms got set off because of it's silly things that happen. I'm not going to go into that, but yeah. So I've performed at some great places, even with Phil, and we've created memories, even at like the festival we were talking about earlier on, and they've all been equally as great. Just because I can sit here now and have these conversations and relive these moments that have got me to now, obviously here alongside, my pal, and I'm with you now. So, yeah, they've all been equally as cool. So I'll stop rambling now.
No, you're good. You're good. So, one thing I want to touch on is there's a lot that goes into a performance. There's a lot that goes into writing, and there's so much of it that just general people don't tend to see. What kind of things do you know about specifically that people don't often see?
So I kind of feel as an artist myself, I have my own sort of process. Phil is an artist himself. He has his own process. With that sort of put to the side and the general process that people may not understand, I'd go first of all with obviously the pressure that you can sort of sometimes find yourself under, because if you're an independent artist and you're just trying to come up, you've got the pressure of what are people going to think of me. So you're trying to write songs, and their process may be very much on life experiences, which, mine is a lot based on. And also, it's just the process of going through the motions, because even if you're recording in a recording, a well-known recording studio, Abbey Road Studios, for example, all the way through to your mate's, bedroom, he's got like a Focusrite interface and he's using GarageBand, for example.
Yeah.
You can have those moments in both those, from the bottom of the pile all the way to the very top. You can have the letdowns of the production, for example. If you don't get on with the producer, it ain't going to be good, and also you're constantly trying to, whilst you're doing all of this cool stuff and recording, you've got the money aspect of it as well. And it is hard. A lot of it can be very hard, which is why I feel very fortunate that I do have some great friends around me like Phil, even Noah, Jagan, all of these people that are in the industry. They understand it. So it takes a lot of pressure off of myself, because obviously I can just have a chat with these guys, and even, the magazine interviews that I'm doing, and it can be the late nights. You constantly, a great thing that I saw was from a lady called Wendy Day, and she's fantastic in the industry. She's there. She's up there with the big boys. She managed to help break people like Chance the Rapper, Justin Bieber, Eminem in his first early days, and they choreograph all of this, on paper, basically. Right, this is what we feel you should do, and there's obviously a very high fee for it. But one thing she said is everything is content. So as an artist, people want to sort of understand you as a person. So that can be a pressure as well, keeping your stuff relevant, on point, and consistent, because it's more than just making music. It's more, you're becoming a brand, and what you represent has to be, given correctly. Because if you're trying to be the next S Club 7, for example, and you want to reach out to a 12-year-old audience, you have to understand that, right, you as a brand, what do you wear? How do you put yourself forward? How do you act? So how do you conduct yourself? So there's pressure there as well. So it's very much about, rather than just thinking, oh, you just write music and you go to the open mics. There's a lot of planning to it, and there's hours, as we know, with the rehearsals. That can be a make or break, and if you've got a band and you don't get on with the band, that can ruin everything, because, you've got to have that energy, that respect for each other as well. So there's a lot to it, but it's all positive, because at the end of the day, if this is what you want to do, whether you just want to write one song and put it on TikTok, great, go and do that. Yeah. Or if you want to go all the way and, sort of work with great artists, and, and I've been very fortunate to work with the likes of John Peppard and all these other great people, on whatever side of the scale it is, there is pressure. It's just different for everyone and how they process it. But it's enjoyable. I feel you've really got to enjoy it. You know, you've got to have that love and that passion, that fire, because there are quite a lot more low days in the very beginning than there are as you sort of come up. You know, you've always got something to sort of look forward to.
Yeah, like the up and coming stages is if not the hardest part, because you have so much pressure, like you were saying, just to get stuff off the ground. And there is a lot of whether you see it or not, I think there's a lot of judgment as well, particularly in the early stages, because if you're trying to do something that is, I don't know, just it's not quite in like the niche category, or sorry, it is niche, but like it's not quite like a popular thing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you try and push that, people will sort of go, oh no, that's not good. But then further down the line, people actually see, oh, this is starting to get traction now, and then they start coming a little bit out of the woodwork. But
yeah, definitely, and that's very relevant. Again, going back to whatever level that you're at or sort of want to achieve, you know, because even if you look at the biggest artists in the world, some of them have been shelved. Or sorry, shelving is, you know, when you're with a label and they just sort of keep you there, whatever. So, you know, you could have a great artist like Ray. We were talking about Ray earlier on, and I feel like she sort of in one of her documentaries, she expressed this, that you sort of held back a little bit, you know, but until that traction sort of is happening, and now people are obviously looking at her in a much positive, more positive way, because maybe they didn't understand who she was or etc. And I think that was a label thing that was sort of holding her back. And now with the traction, people are looking at her like, oh God, that was you that done that track. You've done this track, you know. Oh my life, I didn't realise, you know. And now obviously, but again, it's the same as you know, on the way up, you need to, and then there is that stigmatism of friends, family, like, what are you doing? You know, oh, you want to be the next Eminem, and they have a preconceived idea sometimes. I found this very much, you know, so what is it you do? And I always say I'm a soloist. Oh, right, what will you play an instrument? It's like, no, I'm a rapper. Oh. It's like, well, because then there's that idea of, you know, it's like, no, I don't think this about, you know, I'm not a gangster and I'm not talking about stuff like that. It's just rap, and this is my personal life experiences, because 99% of the music that I've written is about, you know, past experiences. So even with the songs like trying to reach out to a man, you know, it's very much about the journey, the early sort of stages of, and then as Phil obviously said, we led it into Keep On, because then that's the only thing you can sort of do, you know. Nice. Yeah.
I think for especially those early stage artists as well, and the younger you are, I think the more dangerous it gets is the ability to kind of change gears. You know, to go from a show, doesn't matter how big it is or small, sometimes the smaller ones are the wildest, actually.
Yeah, literally.
You know, and you just got that rush, you know, you're throwing yourself around stage, you're playing songs that you've written, hopefully, and then an hour later you're back in your flat and there's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to navigate that and change gears and not survive that sort of process for a long period of time, that a lot of people don't know how hard that is.
It's a very strange dynamic, isn't it? Yeah, just being in front and having that sort of like just level of just natural sort of rush of adrenaline, and then sort of just it's gone.
Yeah, and then you can be back in your day job
the next day.
You know, and it's like and trying to live with that cognitive dissonance can cause some real issues as well. People don't understand how hard that is.
Yeah.
But the key thing is to have a good support network and chat with people.
100%,
that's the way to solve
It's
that.
even the travelling as well. Like I remember when I first started, and you'll understand, like you know, we're all musicians here, and going to London, like especially for my genre of music, I was very much in London like 3-4 times a week at one point, you know. And I remember I'd be finishing work, like you'd be at work for 8 o'clock, you'd finish at 5. The job was horrible. I hated it as well. And then all of a sudden, oh, okay, cool. Well, Tierz, you're on at like 7:30. I've got to get to London like for 7:30. So all of a sudden now you're like just looking on the sat nav. It might take you an hour and a half to get there. Oh, there's a bit of traffic. So now you've got 2 hours. So then you're rushing and you haven't eaten and you're tired. And I remember like having my CD in the car, rehearsing on the way up there, do your gig, bam, 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 bam. And then going to what Phil was saying, obviously, you have this big madness. And then people are like offering you a beer or something. Like, I can't drink because I've got to drive up. Then you get home about 1-2 in the morning. And then, I'm back up at 6. Oh, this is, you know, and it is that, you know, transition, isn't it? An understanding of it can be horrible at times, but again, you got to enjoy this. You know, it's like anything, really, isn't it? If you don't enjoy it, there's no point in doing it.
Exactly. So, last question for the pair of you. answer it together, answer it separately. Obviously, we are talking mainly about sort of like the Kent music scene. Is there anyone in Kent that you have wanted to work with, or you've seen and then you think, they are mustard, I'd really like to do something with them at some point?
Well, on the Tunbridge Wells gig that we did with Stuart Warsall, it was awesome, and I ended up doing.
He's a very good artist.
Yeah, sort of accompanying him. He had a sort of rewritten cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. There was a lovely sort of version, so I worked with him a bit. Like, great to make some more music with him and digit his funny little other half. And my buddy's band, Queen Phosphorine, is sick, and I miss Remy.
Nice, yep. I have had the opportunity to play with these guys before.
Right.
Queen Phosphine are a decent group.
Yeah, I mean, so we were discussing it earlier on. I respect anyone's craft in this industry that's actually doing bits. There's lots of people I'd love to work with, but right now I'm looking at anyone right now, because it's that creative sort of process. I mean, I would really, really enjoy. He's not Kent-based though. I would love to work with Kid Bookie. I think he's a fantastic artist. In fact, I'd love to work with Cross Paths, Mace's band.
Yeah, that would be fun, actually.
I think they're really cool, and even on their socials and the way that they are, there was a video that looked absolutely fantastic. So Cross Paths, Kid Bookie, and generally anyone that's putting work in.
Cool.
Because there's nothing worse than being told, "Oh yeah, let's work," and then a year down the line, like we were discussing, and nothing sort of develops.
Yeah. No, I agree. I do agree.
So yeah, I'd say Cross Paths, Kid Bookie. Yeah.
Fantastic. Nice one. And then obviously the last thing we want to ask is, how can people find you guys?
I have a pigeon.
What's the pigeon's name?
No, so yeah, on my socials, Instagram, it's Tierz_official_STTP. And then everything else is very much Tierz Official. My Facebook is Daniel Andrews Tierz. I did have a page. But then it, you sort of got hacked. It was like a bit of a nightmare. So I'm just using my personal page, to be honest. That's where most of the stuff is at the moment. But as it develops, hopefully the socials will grow, and then we can go back to the job.
Fantastic. Nice one. Well, chaps, thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for
and
having us.
hope to have you guys back at some point
Yeah,
soon.
definitely. Thank you.
Nice one.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Seen you sat like that, just ain't my cup of tea. I know that I should be strong like you, but man, that's just not me. I hope the love that I give to my kids is the same as the love that you give me. Lying in your bed, these tears on my head make it hard for me to see. Cause I remember all of the things you said to me. Yes, I remember all of the things you said I could be. Yes, I remember all of the love that you gave to me. Yes, I remember. Wish that I would go and see you more, bring you flowers and I get well caught. Looking in your eyes and I see you scared, makes a visit just way too hard. You got granddad there at the end of your bed, uncomfortable hospital chair. One day I turned up to your room with some food in December. I remember, I'm holding back tears, trying not to upset you. I wanna hold your hand, make you feel better. The feeling's got a hold you, and they're calling it dementia. I wish they could fight, cause I call it out now to protect you. You have for your family your whole life. I remember, that's why I remember all of the love that you gave to me. Yes, I remember all of the things you said to me. Yes, I remember all of the things you said I could be. Said I remember, said I remember all of the things you said to me. Yes, I remember all of the love that you gave to me. Yes, I remember all of the things he said I could be. Yes, I remember. All of the things he said to me.
And all of the things you said I could be aside. I remember.
Yeah.